Hey guys, DiabloManDan here. In today's video, I thought I'd show you my take on the Whirlwind Lightning Barb build. So we'll take a look at the skills first. First I'm using a Rend with Bloodbath because it's just kind of a little extra damage on top of the Whirlwind and Overpower and Earthquake and everything else. It just kind of, it just takes a second to apply. You got it doing damage for 5 seconds. So that's why I like that. Whirlwind with Wind Shear. It's kind of a, the base skill behind this whole build. I use a Wrath of Berserker with Insanity. Battle Rage with Bloodshed. I use Bloodshed instead of Marauder's Rage because my crit hit chance is over 50% now. So a lot of the hits, theoretically, I guess every other hit is a crit hit. So it deals that 20% extra damage to all other nearby enemies, and when you're whirlwinding, they're all clustered together anyway, so it's kind of a no-brainer. Let's see, Overpower with Killing Spree. This is really good because it's got obviously the lightning damage on it, and every time I use it I can crit between like 5 million to 10 million damage, so it's kind of extra, and then the crit hits reduce the cooldown of it by 1 second every time you get a crit hit, so you can use it quite a bit. The only thing I have a problem with Overpower is not using it every time it's up immediately, so that's something you just gotta kind of pay attention to. So between Whirlwind and Overpower, that's pretty much your two main damage skills for this build. Okay, and I also use Earthquake, the Mountain's Call. This is also lightning, and it does a ton of damage. I really like this for elite packs to help kill them quickly. Between Wrath of Berserker with Earthquake and your Whirlwinding and Overpower, and to even throw a Rend in there, the elite packs die extremely fast, so that's really good. Okay, for the passive skills, right now I'm using Superstition to help reduce all the non-physical damage by 20%. Instead of Superstition, you could probably do something else that you like in here. You could do, Ruthless for 40% more damage, or you could do Weapons Master depending on what weapons and stuff you have and what you need there. But you're kind of open on this one. If you're having Fury problems, you might try Animosity there instead of Superstition as well. It just kind of comes down to the level of play that you're at, what gear you have, and your Fury generation. So just kind of keep that in mind, that slot is pretty much open. Okay. I use Unforgiving to help me generate 2 Fury every 1 second. See, Brawler. I like using this because Whirlwind, there's usually a lot more than 3 enemies within 12 yards, so it's like an extra 20% damage. And then Rampage, I feel like this is the no-brainer passive skill for a Barb, because then increases strength by 1% for 8 seconds, stacks up to 25 times, so it's like what, 25% more strength. And with Whirlwind, you're killing stuff, big groups so quickly, so you'll have this up a whole lot. So that's kind of what I usually always go for in my different builds that I do. Okay, so that's the build itself. Now let's take a look at the gear. One of the things I would like to note here, besides all the lightning skills and damage and stuff like that, is the Reaper's Wraps. These bracers are pretty awesome for a Barb because they also have the health globes restore. So this specific pair helps the health globes restore 29% of your primary resource. So pretty much 3 globes, I'm at what, 90% of full Fury. Okay, so like almost completely fills up my Fury bar with 3 health globes and stuff. So that helps me a lot with my Fury generation, and that's why I don't necessarily have to pick Animosity as a passive skill. Okay, and these are also really good because they have lightning damage on them as well. So I got 17% lightning damage there. My Amulet is really nice because 17% more lightning damage there. So that's what, 34%. Let's see what else. My Helm's got whirlwind damage, 11%. Let's see. I also need some more pieces of gear, like this Blackthorn belt. I'd like to throw that in the garbage and get like a Thunder Gods here for this build. I think that would work really well. But for now, you just got to do what you got to do for what pieces of gear that you have. Let's see here. And I could pick up other different stuff on the I need to find some new shoulders and stuff. The Stone and Jordan ring, I really like it because it's another 20% of the lightning damage. So between my amulet, bracers, and ring, that's what, 54% more lightning damage. And that helps out a lot. And I also like the increased damage against elites on the Stone of Jordan as well. My main weapon right now is the Fulminator. I actually gambled for this, and I like this because of the special legendary effects on it. The lightning damage is a chance to turn enemies into lightning rods, causing them to pulse for 212% weapon damage as lightning every second to nearby enemies for 6 seconds. And that procs, it's an extra 212% weapon damage going out on top of everything else that you're doing. So that's really nice. My other weapon I have is just a Monster Hunter. I went with this because it had that extra 31% crit hit damage on it, and it was just a little bit better than everything else that I had or have at the moment. So that's kind of why I went with this at the moment. Ideal weapons for this build is a Thunder Fury and a Shard of Hate. If you have those, it's pretty much game over. If you don't, Fulminator is really nice, as well as Odin's Son. If you can get that one-handed mace as well, I believe that also has like a percent to lightning damage on it as well. So if you can get one of those, that's pretty good as well. The boots I'm actually using for this is just, it has some whirlwind damage on it, so 14% whirlwind damage there. With my helm, that's 25% whirlwind damage on top of, add that in there with the 54% lightning damage I have going on right now. It really adds up. You can kill stuff pretty quickly. Okay, so that, let's see, on the ring, just crit hit damage, crit hit chance. I'll show you my crit hit chance right here. It's 50.5%. Crit hit damage 556%. So, pretty good. I usually like to try to keep these within, like a 1 to 10 ratio. So with like 50% crit chance, you want to have, around 500 crit hit damage, just somewhere in there. So, but anyway, that sums up this build. I hope this is pretty helpful for you. Let's go over Paragon points before I forget as well. I always forget this part. Nothing really special here. I do movement speed until it's maxed at 25%, and then I've been dumping the rest in max fury. See, offense, I got, maxed out crit hit chance, and then going to max out crit hit damage. Defense, all resist, and then life regen. And then for utility, I'm going with life on hit, since that's kind of low for me right now. And then I'm going to dump the rest into area damage until it's maxed out. So anyway, that's the Paragon points there. That's the build in a nutshell with a gear. Hopefully this video was nice and helpful for you. Please let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube videos. Come check me out on my Twitch stream. I stream every night Monday through Friday between 7 p.m. Eastern Time to midnight Eastern. So come and say hi, and I'll talk to you guys next time.